So the motto of my company is self-empowerment through self-expression. Before we can go any further, we have to figure out, what does that mean? Self-expression. Here's my question to you. When you hear self-expression, what are the first things that come to mind? I'm gonna give you just a few seconds to write down things that you picture when I say self-expression. Go ahead. So, you might have wrote things like how I do my hair, how I dress, things I say, something like that. All of which perfectly correct answers. But to really dive into self-expression, we have to break down both of those words. The first word is self. What is self?
Who am I?
I mean, there's my physical self, right? That's how I do my hair, what kind of clothes I wear, that sort of thing. And obviously we can be very expressive with that. You see it all the time. But self is also the opinions you hold, or the beliefs you have, or your story. What have you been through in life? How does your mind work? How do you specifically tick? That is all part of what makes up your self. And any way that you express that, those fears, those thoughts, those curiosities, those excitement, whatever it might be, however you express that is how you express yourself. So in this class, we're gonna be talking about how to take all the stuff that's going on in here, and get it out of here. Does that make sense?
It all makes sense!
Okay, cool. With that said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a second to start writing down some of your core beliefs, some of the beliefs or opinions that you feel about yourself that you hold, the beliefs that you feel make up what it is to be you. Go ahead. Now, my hope is as this class continues, you can actually grow deeper and deeper into this list, because you have no idea how important it truly is. As an actor, we do these things called casting director workshops, and that's where we go to casting directors who are kind of the gatekeepers of whether or not you can get a role, and they give you all this advice. So I was privileged enough to be in a workshop with a very prominent casting director, and somebody asked her, hey, what's the one thing you wish you could tell every actor that walked into that room? And here's what she said. You have to assume that everybody else is better looking, more talented, and more educated than you. All right, we'll see y'all later. That's it. Then she said, but the one thing that you have over every one of them is that none of them are you. None of them have seen the things you've seen. None of them have experienced what you experience, and thus, because nobody's lived the exact life you have, nobody thinks of any specific certain situation the exact same way you do. You have a completely unique perspective, and that's counting all 8 billion people in the world. So the question is, what makes you so unique? What is it that makes you so different? And that's what makes you stand out. She said if every actor walked in understanding that you just being you is all you need to stand out, everybody would all of a sudden be confident, they wouldn't have insecurities, they wouldn't be fearful, and everything would be easy. That's the ultimate end goal of this class. By the time we end, my hope is you will not only know where your fears come from, and we can get those out of the way, but also where your confidence lies, and we're gonna boost that up. But first, I should probably tell you why acting relates to any of this.